In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to craft your first ever guitar solo. This is something that was a little bit intimidating to me at first because I thought there's so many notes on here, like how do I know which ones to use? If I do know which ones to use, how do I create something that actually sounds pretty? And truth is, it took me a long time to actually learn how to make something that I liked. But the biggest part of it is really just getting started and starting to experiment and have fun with it. So I'm just going to show you a little technique that I learned in the beginning that really helped me just kind of start small and expand from there. So just very, very simple. So let's go ahead and jump into this little way that you can start crafting your first ever solo. Before we start, also shout out to this guitar. If you are a beginner looking for a great guitar, I've been using this one a lot. This is not sponsored, but it is a really inexpensive guitar and it plays great. It's set up great. And it has a 5 pickup switch here. So honestly, this has been a really big winner for me. So I would say check this out if you're looking for an electric that's on the beginner level. Okay, so I'm going to start off in the key of A here. So that is going to be like if you're playing chords like A, D, E, and A, for example. Okay, so I'm gonna just start off with the minor pentatonic scale just because I think it's very easy and simple. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just gonna start with 2 notes and we are just going to use your creativity, whatever melodies are already in your head, and you're just gonna make something that you like with those 2 notes. So super simple. I'm just gonna do my G string. So I'm just gonna do my 5th fret on my G string and my 7th fret on my G string. So I'm just gonna do something with those. All right, if you've used those 2 notes, maybe even just one, you've created a solo. So just let your mind wander on those 2 notes, see what you come up with. Then we're gonna add in 1 more note here. So now I'm just gonna add in my 7th fret on my D string, and let's see what I can come up with this. I'm not using any bends either. I'm just keeping my techniques really simple. All right, so you can see how I'm starting to add a little bit more. Okay, let's just use those same 3 notes now, and now I'm gonna add an extra technique, and that is a bend. So I'm just going to use my fingers. I'm gonna stack them behind the 7th fret of the G string. So I have my 3 fingers down, and I'm just going to push that note up. I'm just going to literally bend that string up, and I'm gonna try to hit this sound. And now I'm gonna play a little solo using this. You can see I'm just using those same notes, but I'm able to start letting my mind wander and use my creativity. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna slowly start adding notes in, or I might just like switch 2 notes. So maybe now I'm gonna just work around these. And I'm just going to kind of start experimenting. Maybe I'll even add some notes that aren't even in that scale and just see what I like. And this is kind of the foundation of soloing. It's just basically using your brain to create something that you like. You can just kind of look around and find some inspiration of what you can do and start seeing if you can think of a melody in your head and play it here. So I think that this is a really great way to start, is not thinking the why of everything. Why, what note exactly is this called that I'm hitting? Why am I doing this particular scale? Just kind of starting with using your ear and your creativity and thinking, let's work with what I've got here, and letting your curiosity kind of add in some extra notes, and it helps it from feeling like you're behind or overwhelmed or stressed out, because rather than starting from I have to learn all this stuff, you're starting more as an exploring kind of mindset of seeing what you can come up with. So very simple tip. So I hope that this helps you, just kind of letting your mind wander exercise as you are starting to solo. Keep it really simple. Maybe you might change keys. Maybe you might just stay in that same key for a while. So I hope that this is fun for you, and let me know what you think at the bottom.